Good afternoon and welcome back to School Navigate. My name's Angela, a teacher of 23 years and I'm still in the classroom. I've been really passionate about teaching and I'm enjoying doing a little bit more relieving this year and going across different schools. And I really wanted to start this site over 2-3 years ago, but I've procrastinated so much of trying to get the confidence to do it, but realise that there's a real need out there when I speak to parents and caregivers. So bear with me when I work out the whole logistics of YouTubing, but I really want to get started to help you, the parents, to navigate your way around schools and school systems and what is out there for you and your child, and just unpacking what happens in a school day for your wee ones. It really is at the moment for preschool and primary school intermediate children, but we will go into high school later on in the year. But I would like you to just sort of think about, if you would, all the systems and all the activities that you've been involved in at school and how you have managed to find out about them, how you have known about them, how somebody has told you about them. Have you been into the school? Do they have a Google Meet? Have you had paper copies of information? And when you look and start thinking about what you do know and what you don't know, there is an incredible amount that you don't know about schools. The main one that I get is how to read a report. What units are involved at school? What should my child be able to do by the end of the year? What should my child be reading at when he starts school? What documents do I need to sign? How do I enroll a child in school? It's just a puzzle and a sea of knowledge and strategies to get yourself around school. So what I'm going to start with today is, and please join us because this is going to go on and get a lot more complex as the weeks go on. At the start we've just sort of looked at pencil cases and bring your lunch boxes, but as we go on this is going to include unit plans, ESOL teaching, ethnic groups within the school, donations, curriculum levels, and reading, writing, math, and how and why you get certain homework or study, or why your tutor needs information from your school to help them and get the best bang for your buck at the tutoring, when you can link it to what the children are going to be learning in the next week or 2 weeks. Numericon, a fantastic resource that's used in classes all across New Zealand and different parts of the world, an English-based program, and and then you can understand and talk to your child that evening about what they did in math, and even show them that you've got the equipment. So it's just endless, and we've had a few comments about just starting school and for the term and what we need to know for to get into that routine in the first week. So I've made some notes, and I do hope they allow me just to look at them. It's quite hard on these YouTubes to get the glasses without the reflection and be reading my notes. So one of the top things to do is just for the first week, we look at that, is just slow everything down for your child's activities. If they've been going to clubs and swimming, and just slow it down. Even if your child says, I want to go here, it's just really good to just get them into the relaxing, into a routine and a rhythm of that week, so that they can just be calm and still. So it's really important just to level off the activities, save some money, and just stay home. Do a bit of gardening, or get them to have a sleep in the afternoon, or just play games at home. But that's a really big one for coming back to school, because that leads into getting the sleep that they need. It's just incredible how many children come back and they need that sleep. And coming back to school in Aotearoa, you have an extra day because you have our Waitangi Day. So it's a little bit easier, but but just get the sleep up and slow the routines down. Get into that routine of what they do before school. Even the older kids, get up, hygiene, breakfast, and it's really, really important. And any teacher will tell you this, that children who have got to school on a full breakfast do work better. We're not trying to come up with some dietary method of is it a good idea or not to have kai, but it's just and even if you can put a little bit extra in their lunchbox, so they can keep it in their tray or desk when they are a bit peckish, because a lot of teachers are allowing that. Get a drink bottle, get a new lunchbox, but a drink bottle is a must for the winter, for the summertime, and just that children are allowed to keep them in their rooms and in their trays. So a drink bottle to the max is really good. Even a couple, so you can just swap them in and out. Establish what's going to happen after school. Establish some expectations, not rules, expectations around when they come home, how they're getting home, what form of transport, where are you going to be picking them up, from what corner. And a lot of parents just keep the same place just over and over again. So they park, if they're picking them up, they park them a little bit further away from the school to always get the park. What they're going to do at home. Do they have a routine for finishing school, having some kai, having a little bit of activity, and then maybe doing homework? And homework isn't necessarily set by the school. Homework can be set by you, and even though the children may moan and groan, it is just imperative that they get into some sort of academic homework or housework. Even the routine of just doing a chore and then maybe a bit of reading, or mix it up and make it fun, and then you might head off and get an ice cream together and just talk about the day. So routine is really important. It sets up a really lovely rhythm for children, and rhythm is really important in education and learning. There's a rhythm, there's a scale that we can work to. Work out the limits of, or the accessibility of online time. Everyone goes into the start of the year sort of, I'm going to set these boundaries and I'm going to do this as parents, and it's quite wonderful to start it off, but it sets some expectations on what the screen time will be after school, and keep to it. And maybe if they do get a little bit extra done in term 2, raise the game, or let them play a few games, children will do a lot of talking, and when they do a lot of talking, a lot of times now parents are so into making sure their child sort of has everything and does everything, and children can want until Christmas. It's just, what do they need, and you as a caregiver and parent, what sets up the boundaries in your house, in your whare, so that children can succeed for when they get home, and get everything possibly done. Just make sure, if you can, that you've tried out the uniform, you visited the school, maybe you've had play dates with other children from schools, particularly if they're young, to take away a little bit of that anxiety from the first day or week. Arrive early is a really good structure to get into. It's nice the child greets the teacher, but we're really looking at the week before, and setting it up so that they know what the school looks like, they know where they're probably going to put their bag. There's a few expectations set for them. They've visited maybe some friends, and it just eases everything down. Have the book bag for them to bring their books home. Even in older school, in higher level school, that book bag can be a creation that they've made themselves. So I hope that you can join us in our journey on this channel. There's going to be a lot to cover. If I read you some of the other opportunities of learning on the site. There's interpreting the curriculum, looking at how we do assessment in the curriculum, how we write and read and record reports, and where we got the information from, where do we store our weekly plan so that you, the parent, can see it, school donations, yada yada yada, it goes on and on. So please join us. Thank you for watching, and share it around. I know that a lot of people are putting it on their Facebook pages, and thank you for your comments, because it's quite overwhelming for me, but I'm really passionate to get some information out there to stop and open some doors for to answer questions about some of the areas that you'd like to know more about with your kora. So we'll see you again. Take care, and thank you for joining us today. Ka kite.